Hi, I'm John Olugbenga from Ancestry Travel Group. You are watching hashtag Verse TV. So comment, thumbs up, share, and subscribe.
Week 118.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to hashtag Verse TV's All the Tea. I am here with my good friend, John Olugbenga of the Ancestry Travel Group. John, say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for having me. I'm glad to share the ATG story today.
Absolutely. And we're going to learn some amazing things about the Ancestry Travel Group and its origin. So let's go ahead and get started. First question, and this is a standard one. For our audience who may not yet know, where are you from? And what do you love most about your origin story?
I'm originally from Nigeria. My parents are from Nigeria, but I moved to the United States at a very early age. So you can say at this point I'm considered Nigerian American, but I'm Nigerian.
All right.
And what do I love about my origin story? I mean, I like the fact that I know my ancestral roots and I know exactly where I came from, which has really helped me with just navigating not just America, but the entire world overall.
I I am sure that is very helpful. I know that I can trace my roots back a certain way, but then it does eventually stop. So I do understand the benefit of that truly. Now, what in okay, so you are Ancestry Travel Group, right? So what inspired the naming and general goal mission of the Ancestry Travel Group?
So the inspiration came from back when I was in the military, and this was really when I started getting to know a lot of African Americans and kind of just trying to understand their story versus our story and want to see what's the difference. What exactly is the disconnect here? Why don't we really like each other? I guess because there was a lot of friction between Africans and African Americans in the past. It's probably still there, but not as much anymore. So I listened and I asked questions. And one thing I just started noticing was the fact that um, the main difference was pretty much the fact that I, as an African person, knew exactly where I was from, right? And you can't tell me I'm American. I know I'm not American, but everybody else seemed to always fight that battle of, well, we're Americans, we want equal rights. Why are you not in this fight with us as a black person? And at that moment, I started asking questions and I started understanding better and realized a lot of people just don't, just it's because they don't know their ancestry roots and they believe, well, America is all we know, so America should treat us right. So the inspiration kind of came from there. I started taking people traveling with me, just for fun initially, but because my the ancestry travel group mantra is create your own narrative. I just help them get there, and then however you feel about it is how you feel about it. I don't want to control that. So I did notice that did help a lot of folks. I've had friends that actually moved to Nigeria, interestingly, and I'm still here. So at that point was I just felt, well, since this is a travel group, we go to a lot of places, not just Africa. We typically initially we traveled to a lot of South American countries and European countries, and then we started throwing Africa into that. So at that point, I'm like, well, I might as well just make this a full concept, and the best name for it is exactly what inspired it, which was to help Black people find their ancestry roots. So at that point, it was just Ancestry Travel Group. That's where that came from.
I, I, I throw this word around a whole lot, dope, but that is dope. Absolutely. And that's very cool, man. All right. Now, thus far, what has been the best experience on an ancestry travel group trip? What has been your best experience on an ancestry travel group trip?
Um, Actually, it was a pretty basic experience, but to me, it was big because that was kind of what I was anticipating, or that was what I expected when I started the whole travel group. Um, we went to a village in Nigeria, and some of the local folks over there, they started bringing up their religion. And when I say their religion, I'm talking about like Ifa and Orumila and things like that, like the the African religion before the Europeans came in and introduced Christianity. So there was this lady that just gravitated towards that, and I didn't expect that she did her research before the trip, that she even knew about all of this, but she was so engraved into it that she ended up getting a whole new name. Um, just like a lot of the Muslims who change their when people go Muslim change their names, she got a whole new name. She ended up moving out there. She's the one I was talking about that she moved out there. And she like till today she would just call me to thank me for just making that connection for her. And the funny part is that aspect of the trip is the one that makes me nervous the most because I don't think I didn't think people, coming from America, we've kind of lived the compared to how I grew up, we've been living the luxurious life. I didn't think anybody would gravitate towards that. And it was surprising, but at the same time, it was a great that was a great day for me as the founder of Ancestry Travel Group, because that's what it's all about, is to really really do a deep dive of your ancestry, and not just showing up and saying, oh, okay, I'm from here, great. But the fact that she did a deep dive of the religion, the people, and like I said, she kind of engraved herself into that. That was my favorite. Of course, we've had a lot of fun. We party, we do all these other things, but that part um was the most interesting aspect experience for me personally.
Wonderful. Amazing. I will say, just a fun little fact. I actually, when I was a young kid, my second mother took us to a place and they gave us African names, and my name that I was given was Omoba. So when I hear this song by the Prince, Tiwa Savage and the Prince, and the Prince shouts out Omoba, I'm like, hey, that's me. But yeah,
You know, you know what that means, right?
son of the king, right? Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. So it's always I always tell folks just always look at the if you want to learn like just the basics of the Yoruba language, it's always just the roots you should learn the prefixes of everything like Omo, Oba, um, like my name Olua, like they all mean kind of once you know what those mean, you'll be able to figure out people's names and what their names actually mean.
Interesting. I never knew that, and I'm known for tangents, but that I know that like Kofi means born on Friday, so I gravitate to that because technically June 10th, 1983 was a Friday, but I never knew. So Omoba specifically is Yoruba.
Yes, because Omo means a child,
Hmm.
and Oba is his king. So, but Omo Oba is Yoruba. Yes. To answer your question.
Nice. Okay. I never knew that, or at least I certainly didn't remember it from childhood. But yeah, thank you very much. And see that's what Ancestry Travel Group is all about, right? Enlightenment. Yes. I love
Exactly.
it. I love it. Now, please give our Verse TV family a sip of all the tea on what someone can pick up on an Ancestry Travel Group trip. And I know you sort of answered that a moment ago as far as the what people get on the Ancestry Travel Group trips, but if you had anything additional.
Um, so I would say, so Ancestry Travel promotes the whole come home movement, as you can see with the shirt, come home. But it's not. I don't want people to take that literal, right? Like I'm not asking you to pack your bags and go and just go there, but it's just the idea of just the connection of it, of just having that. I just believe every black person should be connected to their ancestral roots. And when I say connected, it could just be you visiting once a year, once every 3 years, or just the fact that you're aware of that place exists, and that if anything goes wrong, you have somewhere to go. Like that's the that's the main, that's simple the simple message I try to push out, right? Like, hey, worst case scenario, like just like the Asian community can go back to Asia if anything goes wrong, and the fact that people know that they can go back is why they can change the laws really quickly when they ask. So once black people get to that point where they know that, hey, I do have a place to go. I don't have to take this. I believe a lot of things will change, but that's just me. That's just me. But overall, I just want people to just just have that spiritual connection to the ancestry roots. That's the bottom line. Now, however you take the come home movement, however you translate or interpret that, create your own narrative. I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do. Some people go there and just go, oh, okay, now I know. Some people go and actually want to like purchase land and build over there. Some people just want to invest. However you do it, as long as you just come home, just have that spiritual connection. That's the that's the major thing I want people to get from it. Now, of course, that's just on the surface, right? You can do a deeper dive into that, and it can mean whatever you want it to mean.
Nice. Okay.
Ancestry Travel Group is on Instagram at Ancestry Travel Group, and I mean pretty straightforward. And we're also on Facebook at Ancestry Travel Group on Facebook, and on Twitter as Ancestry Group. And as far as my personal page, um, I need to change the name because it sounds very arrogant. But my personal page on Instagram is at God's Gift to Y'all, and on Facebook at John Olugbenga.
Nice. This has been Verse TV's week 118. I'm Aaron Mack here doing an All the Tea interview with John Oluwabenga of the Ancestry Travel Group. And everybody, talk to you later. Have a good day.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Absolutely.